Hi, Jen here with Global Dream Vacations. Hey, today I would just like to share with you a short instructional video on how to join the virtual queue for the very popular attraction at Disney's Hollywood Studios, The Rise of the Resistance. This attraction is located inside Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and it requires you to join a virtual queue. This is a very unique attraction, but it does take a few steps. So I want to give you some tips and tricks today to help you be able to get a boarding group so you guys can enjoy this attraction as you visit Disney's Hollywood Studios. So here we go. So first of all, you want to make sure that you have a valid ticket for Disney Hollywood Studios and a park reservation all set up to go for you and anyone in your party for that day, okay? And then the other thing you want to make sure is that you have the My Disney Experience app downloaded on your smartphone, because this is where you are going to join the virtual queue for the attraction. So I'm going to show that to you here just so you know what that looks like, okay? So this is the My Disney Experience app, all right? And then we're just going to tap on that, and it's going to pop to the opening page, and you're just going to scroll down until you see the Star Wars, and you see the Rise of the Resistance, request access with virtual queue. Okay, that's where you're going to go, and you are going to hit join, and that is going to walk you through a couple screens for you to be able to join the virtual queue and get a boarding group for you and your party. Okay, now that you have the app downloaded and know where to go to hit the join button for the virtual queue, let's talk about when to do this. So on the actual day that you're going to Disney Hollywood Studios, you will have two opportunities to do this, to join the virtual queue, and it's at 7 a.m. and again at 1 p.m. So I highly encourage you to do the 7 a.m. ones, because the 1 p.m. one, they could be gone for the day and you just don't, have a guarantee. So you want to make sure you have as many opportunities to see this attraction as you can. Okay, so once you hit that join button, it's going to take you to a second screen, and that's going to come up that says create your party. And this is why it's so important that you familiarize yourself with this app, because you need to make sure that everybody in your party has tickets and reservations linked to the app so that this does not cause you any kind of time. This whole process is over and done in like 30 seconds, less than a minute, and the boarding groups are gone. So make sure you've got everybody loaded correctly, because when you get to that next screen that says create your party, you just want to hit join. Do not look at it. It should pre-select everybody that has a ticket for that day, okay, and that's going to the park. But if there are people that maybe don't want to ride it or maybe don't meet the height requirement, don't worry about that at that point. That screen can cost you time, and you don't want to do that. Just make sure people are selected and hit join. Don't read the prompts. Just keep hitting join. And like I said, the whole thing is going to go very, very quickly. But here are a few more tips and tricks that can help a little bit with that speed. First of all, go ahead and turn off your Wi-Fi and go on data. Just get a strong cellular connection, and that's one of the best tips that we've heard is everybody get off Wi-Fi. Okay, and then next, go ahead and close out your apps. Just close them all out, and go ahead and even close out your Disney app and reopen it so it's fresh that morning. Make sure you familiarize yourself with this app, but once you are right there, time to go, you want to make sure your My Disney Experience app is open and you are to that opening page where Star Wars, where it says join. That is going to be right where you want to be at like 2 minutes until 7. If there's anyone else in your party that would also like to do this, they can. You can have several of you trying to do this. Sometimes newer phones go faster. All they have to do is log into the app too and do the exact same thing. And then once you hit that join button and you go through the couple screens we talked about, you will get a boarding group. And that's the whole goal of this. All these tips and tricks and everything is to get that boarding number. And so once you get that, it will update all day long. Let's say you're boarding group 51. There's no time with this. There's no set time. You just have to keep checking back to the app, make sure your notifications are turned on, but it will just show like now boarding groups 25 to 30. So you kind of know where you are. And then once your boarding group is called, you do have an hour to get back to the attraction and go ahead and ride it then. And you just check in with a cast member at the front there, and they'll just check that you're in a boarding group. But if for some reason you don't get a boarding group with that 7 a.m., you do have the exact same thing you can do at 1 p.m. And so they give you two opportunities to go ahead and enjoy the attraction each day. So hopefully some of these tips and tricks and just understanding a little bit more about how to join that virtual queue and getting a boarding group, this has been helpful. And we just really hope you enjoy your day, and may the force be with you.